Hey Graham, so just wanted to make kind of a short introductory video for you of the Kindle. This is the Kindle. Right here would be what's called landscape mode. If you're reading your Kindle this way, the long way, if you can see, if you hold it like this, is what's called portrait mode. On the outside there's your main power source where you charge it, and this is another place where you can connect to TVs and whatnot, but you won't be using this part. You'll be using this main power source where you'll be charging your Kindle. And when you look at it, I've designed it or made a mark so that way you can easily and quickly charge it. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can turn off the light so you can see a little bit better. There you go. See right here, it's a gray mark. That's where this cable right here, which is also has a matching corresponding gray side and a black side. So you just go ahead and plug gray on gray, like so. And that'll start charging your Kindle for when you need to charge a Kindle. See how that works? Gray on gray. It won't fit black on gray. That's the, it just is not designed like that. This cable right here is designed to go a certain way, so I marked it so that way you can match the way it's supposed to go for you. So gray on gray, okay? Also, just on the outside, turn this light back on. On the outside there are a couple buttons. First one is your power. So if you're looking at it from here, so the lid goes up like that, okay? If you're looking at it like this, you turn it this way. There's the power button. Right here is your volume buttons. This is volume up, and this is volume down. So power, volume down, volume up. And right here is a place where you can put a headphone if you like, in case you want to hear the video or the audio of the Bible, which I've installed on this Kindle. And so I'm just going to push the power on, and we'll go from there. Just real quickly, I just want to introduce you to the Kindle. Another video will be made on how to use the Kindle and certain apps as well, so that way at least you have a running start on how to do so. But with this video, hopefully you'll be able to do that without even watching those videos. So what you want to do is put your finger on that and slide to the left, okay? I'll do that again for you. So pushing the power again. You have two options, the lock and the learn more. You won't want to use the learn more ever. It's the lock and unlock that you'll be using, okay? And here's what's called your home screen. This area right here is what's called the carousel, and basically what that is it just shows you all the apps, games, and books that you've recently looked at or used. And here you can see all the apps and games and books I have installed for you on this Kindle. So if you look here, these three options, I'm going to go ahead and see if I get a pointer for you that you can see this a little bit better at what I'm pointing at. There we go. So right here is the three main tabs that you'll be using. In fact, I want to say they're probably the only tabs you should use. First one is the games tab. Okay, right there. Your apps tab and your books tab. I'm going to go ahead and push the games tab real quick, just show you what it looks like. And here are all the list of games on your device. You want to keep this tab, like when you push the tab on any of these buttons. So I'm going to go home real quick. See, this is your home. This is the home, how to get back to your home screen, okay? So how to get back to here, this button. So when you push on any of these tabs, like games, okay, you're going to have option to see cloud or device. All the games on the cloud, which is all the games and books and apps that I've ever installed on any of my Kindles, or any of Cassie in my Kindle, or just the apps that are on this device. You want to stay with the apps that are, or the apps, games, and books that are on your device, and then you'll see your list of apps and games. Okay, or here are just the games. There's a couple apps that are good for helping with crossword solving. One of them is this one right here, Word Solver Lite, and the other one is called Crossword Solver. Let's see if I can find it real quick for you. And actually, no, it's not in games. So I'm gonna go home real quick and show you just real quickly the other tabs. Apps is right here, and again, select device, and usually I go by title. You can change it by recent, so this just sorts them by the most recent used or by title. And here you'll see the crossword solver. That'll help you with solving crosswords, and again, I'll make a quick little video on how to do that, or how to use those apps and books as well. So I'm going to go home again, and I'll show you the books menu. Again, here you have the options for cloud or device. Stay on device. You can list them by author, recent, or title. I went ahead and went by title, but again, you can click on recent. It shows the books that I've recently looked at here on this Kindle, but again, I usually go by title. So there's a couple books on crossword solving. This one, the crossword puzzle dictionary, another crossword puzzle dictionary, and another crossword puzzle dictionary. And then there's a couple of dictionaries there, and a couple other study Bibles. So let's go ahead and go back to home. Right here, on any screen really, there's typically a star there. And so if you're in an app or a book, let's say you're in one of your books, okay, or let's say you're in, I don't know, say you're in a book, right? Just pretend we're in a book. That book right there. When you tap on the page, the menu comes up, and there you see that star key again. This star key shows a list of the apps, books, and games that I figured that would be your favorites, or the ones you'd use the most. So here you see just like, Bibles, a drawing app, an app that I would suggest you use fairly often, a couple dictionaries, the crossword dictionaries, the crossword solving programs, a camera, English dictionaries, solitaire, Tetris, another Tetris game, some crossword puzzle games, and some more card games. So those are your favorites, and again, you can get your favorites anyway, in any app really. All you gotta do is make sure that menu pops up, and see that star button, you just click on it. You can either get rid of that menu again, all your favorites, by either clicking back on that star, like so, or by just sliding like that. So put your finger down and slide. Alright, and I'll go ahead and do the same thing from your home screen. And see on your home screen right here, the star button's right here at the bottom. So that pops up, and there's your favorites again. So in any app, book, or game, that star button will be there, so that way you can just quickly go to your favorite apps. You can add apps to your favorites if you like. It's fairly simple. All you gotta do is either in any of these tabs, or either in the games, apps, or books tabs, you go to them, and let's say you wanted to add this book to your favorites. You just put your finger down, hold it, and then a menu pops up. Add to favorites or remove from device. Don't ever push remove from device unless you don't want that book anymore. In that case, it'll be off the device completely, and it won't be able to be put back on until, or unless you get back on the internet to do so, and I don't think you have internet out there, so just avoid that option. But to add to favorites, that's how you do it. So you just touch, hold, and say add to favorites. So let's pretend to do that. And now, from any, like I said, any menu, the star button's right there. we'll go ahead and click it, and that book or app or game goes into your favorites. If you don't like any of these on your favorites, all you got to do is click your star or favorites icon, go to that app, like I just added this one, and again, touch and hold and say remove from favorites. Again, don't say remove from device. Okay, and you can do that from basically anywhere, so you can even do it from here. Let's say you just use an app and you said you really liked it, like, let's see, which one wasn't on there. Let's say you really like this app right here, this game. You just touch, hold, and say add to favorites. Don't say remove from device. Remove from carousel, basically what that means is this again, the sliding option right here is what's called the carousel. And when you remove item from the carousel, all that does is it hides it. So that way, if you didn't really care for it, or you want to kind of clean up your carousel, just have a couple apps on here, you just remove it from the carousel like that. It's still, these still are on your apps, books, and games. They're just not on this carousel anymore. Okay. Another quick thing to note is when you're on carousel or when you're at home page and you're using your Kindle in what's called portrait mode, the carousel changes just a little bit. So you see how this is your main carousel, okay, and below it you'll see some other options here. You want to go ahead and avoid all these options because they're essentially recommendations or advertisements for other apps, games, or books that are related to what you're looking at right now. So right now we're looking at this book, the Million Word Crossword Dictionary, and these are suggested apps, books, games that kind of correlate with that book. Or if you're using an app, for example, this is an app, this is a camera app. These right here are other apps that are related, that Kindle says might be related to that app or game. Okay, let's say this is a game. Okay, again, these are other apps, games or apps that might be related to this specific app. So just try to ignore this and stick with your main carousel. And that's why I like to, when I'm in my carousel, I like to just be in this mode because it doesn't give me that additional option for other apps or games. Another quick thing to note as an introduction to this Kindle is if you slide down from the top, you'll see some options here. Instead of using your volume keys like right here, see, you can use this slide down menu right here and go to volume and adjust it from here. So just slide down, click or tap, and put your finger on this little circle here. Okay, and you can adjust it just by sliding back and forth. Okay, you can also adjust the brightness. So right now it's on dark because it's better for this video. Let's see if I can turn off the reflection just a little bit too. I think it might be helpful. There we go. See that circle right there? You can adjust the brightness just by holding. I usually leave the automatic brightness off just because I like to control my brightness myself. So you can turn it on if you want, but I just like to control it myself. Wireless you won't use because you won't have internet, so you don't have to worry about that. So you can push home again to get home, then slide down. Sync you will not use because you're not going to be connected to the internet. And the more options, this is a lot of options that you will probably not be using as well. I don't think you'll use any of these options, but they are here for if you go to somewhere where you want to jump on the internet and browse. These are some options that kind of enhance that experience, but you don't even have to do that. All you really have to do is jump on the internet. And right here, this is your internet browser for when and if you ever do use the internet. I'm not sure if you will or not, so I'm not even going to cover that. Hopefully you'll be somewhere with either Uncle Jim or my mom, maybe Aunt Becca or somebody that can kind of show you and help you navigate that if you do want to use internet. What else do I want to show you here? To power on and off the device real quick. There's two ways that you can turn on and off this device. Okay, the manual on and off, which is you just push the power button, okay, and it puts your Kindle to sleep. Another thing, just so you know the terminology, sleep means it's kind of just resting. It's still on, it'll turn on right away, okay, when you push the power button. And then there's turning off, powering off, or shutting down, okay. And to shut down, I'd recommend doing that like once every other week, or if your Kindle's having issues, all you gotta do is see your power button. I'm gonna go ahead and just push it and hold it in, okay. And then it asks me, do you want to shut down your Kindle? And I say yes, and it shuts down, and that'll turn it off completely for when you don't want to use it for a certain amount of time, or if you want to restart it, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and push cancel because I don't want to do that. Another way to quickly put this Kindle to sleep, other than manually pushing that button, is simply by closing the lid. The lid has a sensor with the Kindle that allows it to automatically turn on and off, or not shut down, to sleep automatically, so that when you open the lid, it comes up from sleep. So it's in sleep right now, and now it's waking up. Sleep, waking up. It's the exact same as if you're pushing this button, the power button, real quick. Okay. Another quick note is in regards to your power consumption. Right here is your battery. Go ahead and turn off the lights again so you can see what I'm seeing. Oops. There we go. Right here, if you slide down, you'll see this app right here. Okay, and this is your power. Okay, so this is your power right here, and right now you're at 99% power, which is good. I don't know why this isn't zooming in very good. It's not focusing for me. Anyway, you'll see how much time right here on the right side is left when you're using it, whether it's current consumption or reading or video playing, or whether you're in standby mode. Also right here at the top right, you'll see your battery indicator. Let's see if I turn on the light, maybe that might help. Turn off the light. Does that help? There we go. Yeah. Okay. So right here at the top right is the battery indicator. And so you can see that without having to slide down, and it's always going to be on your top right here. And right now, again, it's at 99%. Okay. Again, just so you can see current consumption, if you use it the way I'm using it right now, you have 10 hours and 15 minutes. Reading, you have the same amount of time. If you're playing video, which I don't think you will be, you have about 9.5 hours. And if you just leave it in standby mode, in the mode where it's the lid's shut, or when you push the button real quick, you have 272 hours and 15 minutes of battery remaining. So that's a long time if you just leave it closed. Okay. Also, just so that you know, your brightness will determine how much battery consumption you're using. That makes sense, right? So the more brightness, the more energy you're consuming, the the more battery you're using, the less time you'll be able to use your Kindle without charging. So typically I do about here, in the middle area for my brightness. If it's dark out or if I'm reading that in the bed, I'll keep it at low brightness. But if it's really bright and I need to see, of course I turn it up. And you can see it's significantly bright. You can't really see it right now because of its brightness. So hopefully that'll be beneficial to you. Also with this button right here, unlocked, it says unlocked right here on the top left. This means that if you lock it, so it's locked right now, that means that you will not be able to rotate. The Kindle won't rotate automatically anymore. So it's locked in that position. Okay. Or let's say you wanted to lock it in the portrait mode. So I locked it, push the top left, and now the Kindle will not automatically go to the landscape mode anymore. Okay. Unlocked, it'll automatically actually follow however you're holding it. Okay, so you can hold it any way you want, and it'll follow your direction. So that's a quick video just on how to kind of navigate with the Kindle, how to basically use it. These are all, again, all your apps, books, games that I've installed that we've recently used. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and stop this video, and there will be another video that's a little bit longer, that gets a little bit more in depth, but this one's just a quick intro. So hope you enjoy.